Do you need to move crypto from one network to another? Whether that's from Ethereum to Base or Solana to Arbitrum, we've got you covered with this beginner's guide on how to swap, bridge and cross-chain swap on the popular Jumper exchange. So before we begin, don't forget to smash that like and subscribe button and let's dive straight into it. Now, to start off with, my friends, we are currently on the Jumper exchange, and assuming that you've got the assets that you desire to move from one network to another, we are going to begin, and you can basically replicate exactly what we're doing across any chain. So, for example, guys, if we now get ourselves logged in to start off with, we are going to be starting off with our EVM compatible wallet because that has the most available networks, and if we need to add another wallet for another network, we will do so when we need it. However, to start off with, we're going to use our MetaMask, and once we're in, as you can see in the top right corner, we've got our account and we've got our overall level. Now, to start off with, guys, you can see that by using Jumper Exchange, we can earn ourselves some XP, and this XP is going to count towards our airdrop. Now, I don't know exactly when the airdrop is going to go live. We've been farming this one for a very long time, and if you'd like a specific airdrop tutorial on the Jumper Exchange, you can find that in the description down below, of which is on our YouTube channel. However, guys, they will also have some available missions of which you can utilize in order to earn other airdrop points from other protocols and even some other token rewards. So if by any chance that is for you, then by all means you can check out the available missions. However, down below you can also see the available missions that we've completed, of which is updated on a monthly basis, which shows you exactly what quests that you've completed and exactly how much XP that you've earned. So you can see I've earned 18, 10, 20, depending on what I've done. So swapping and bridging on different networks gives you different XP. However, I'm also ranked 12,559, and this, guys, is the introduction into Jumper. After that, once we go over to the homepage, guys, and hit the get started button, here we can see straight away the exchange section. Now, once we're here, guys, our first thing that we want to do is show you how to do a native swap. And a native swap is a swap on the same network, of which, for example, if I chose the base network and I wanted to choose my ETH tokens to swap from, down below, I'm also going to choose the ETH network and choose another token to swap into on the base network. It could be Zero, it could be Aerodrome, it could be whatever tokens that you have in your wallet already, or any other token that you want to get. For example, guys, if I just chose the Layer 0 token, I know it's just a tutorial, this is not financial advice whatsoever. Please conduct your own research and of course use a burner wallet if you feel more comfortable. Nonetheless, I'm just going to choose an amount to swap into. It could very well just be, I don't know, $10. Once you've chosen an amount, guys, on the right hand side, you're going to see all of the decentralized exchanges and routes available. So the best return that we would get would be using the SushiSwap aggregator. The second best would be Li-Fi. The next best would be KyberSwap, and you can see where I'm going with this. So basically, a DEX aggregator finds you the best, fastest, cheapest swaps available on all the networks, and this is why I love Jumper, and this is why I'm going to show you on a native swap to start off with. So I'm going to swap these tokens. It'll be very quick to do. As you can see, we are now swapping our tokens, a native swap on the base network. Fantastic. Now, everyone knows how to do a native swap, I'm assuming, because you've probably used a decentralized exchange before, but now how to cross-chain swap, aka bridge. Therefore, the first network, we could very well use base once again, but why don't we just mix it up and use a different network? Say you had ETH tokens on the Sonium network of which you wanted to move over to another network. I can very well move Ethereum tokens into any other network. So for example, if I wanted to bridge over to Linear, I could do so. If, for example, I just chose, I don't know, 0.01 or 0.008, whatever you guys want to do, it could be $30, $50, $1,000, whatever you guys want. Next, on the right-hand side, you can see that if we utilize gas.zip, a famous refueling website, we would get ourselves the best return. Next is relay, next is across, whatever you guys want. All I'm going to do is I'm going to go for the best return because why wouldn't I? I'm now going to start bridging, and fantastic, just give it a few seconds and you are now going to see that your tokens will move from Sonium over to Linear. So if we go into your wallet, you can see I've got 316, which has now moved down to 286. If I go over to the Linear network now, boom, you can see the little flash update of 435 to 465. Absolutely awesome. That is how to cross-chain swap from one EVM network to another using just Ethereum tokens. If, for example, guys, I wanted to now use my Ethereum tokens on, I don't know, the Optimism network, and now I chose my ETH tokens, I can actually cross-chain swap into another network and into another token. So let's choose another example. This time, I don't know, let's just scroll down and let's just choose maybe the Unichain network. This time, guys, for example, if I wanted to swap into USDC, or if I wanted to swap into any other token, such as the Uniswap token, I could now choose an amount. It could be $2, it could be whatever you guys want. I don't know, if I say just $6.42, I can swap my ETH tokens on the Optimism network over to Unichain into Uniswap tokens known as Uni, and it would use the Mayan protocol. Fantastic, I'm just going to do that. If, for example, I don't know, you wanted to swap now your USDC tokens or your Uniswap tokens from Unichain over to, I don't know, Ethereum over to Base, you can exactly do that, guys, just by using Jumper and swapping however you wish. This is why I love Jumper, and this is why I love cross-chain swapping aggregators and protocols, because it enables us to swap anything on any chain, anywhere, at any time. Exactly what we want to see. Fantastic, guys, and that is now the cross-chain swapping. If it doesn't complete within a few minutes, guys, don't worry, just come back to it later on and you will know that it is completed once it is completed up the top. However, now what I want to show you is, guys, how to send from one virtual machine to another virtual machine. And what I mean by this is we've got the Ethereum virtual machine, for example, and we've got the Solana virtual machine. So some people don't know how to cross-chain swap, or didn't even know that it's possible to cross-chain swap, for example, from the Ethereum network or any Ethereum compatible network such as Base and Arbitrum, like their layer 2s, over to Solana, or even from Solana over to Ethereum or any other layer 2 network. So let me show you how. Now, we're first going to need to go into the top right, and we're going to need to add another wallet, of which I'm going to do, and that is going to be my Solana wallet, which is Phantom. It can be any other wallet. If you need Backpack, you have Soulflare, whatever you want, you can use it. Nonetheless, once you've got yourselves logged in, as you can see, my friends, the next step is to now choose a network we want to bridge from. This time, guys, for example, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the Arbitrum network. It's a popular layer 2. This time, I'm now going to use my ETH tokens, and I'm now going to swap a native swap on the Arbitrum network into USDC. So if I scroll down to USDC, I'm now going to choose an amount. Let's just say, for example, I don't know, it was exactly $20 on the dot. I'm now going to swap using the best rates possible, or if I wanted to qualify for an airdrop, maybe even Li-Fi, I could choose that option. I can start swapping nice and simply. It should take under 30 seconds. It might be quicker, it might be longer. It was only 5 seconds. Next, once you've got your USDC tokens, we're going to select USDC on the left-hand side in the From section. Going to be the Arbitrum network. Fantastic. Next, on the right hand side where it says to, we now want to choose the Solana network. So as you can see up top, we've got Solana, and now I'm going to scroll down and use USDC. And now once you're ready, guys, you choose an amount of which you want to bridge over. I'm going to do the full 20, and then on the right, once again, we've got all of the best routes. So the best return is going to be with Relay. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. If, for example, I chose the others, I would lose a lot more. So as you can see, by utilizing Relay, I'm only missing 0.17%. Whereas if I use Mayan, I'm going to be losing 5.16%, basically $1. If I use Allbridge, it's 8.33%. CCT Plus with Mayan is 11.23%. And Chainflip is a terrible one with 26.32% loss. So you can see, guys, by utilizing Jumper Exchange, you are going to save yourself serious fees if you were using any other protocol to swap or bridge. Fantastic. Exactly why we're utilizing this platform and showing you how to do so with the cheapest, best rates possible. Now, I'm going to do it very quickly, and you'll see that our assets will move over to Solana. So I have roughly $9 to start off with on the Solana network, and you'll see that we'll have an extra 20, so it should be around $28 to $30 by the time it lands in our Solana wallet. So I'll show you that right now if we quickly get there before it sends over. I'm going to scroll down, and you can see I've got $9.74 in USDC. Give it a second, guys. It's not going to take that long. As you can see, it's already done. That is so quick and so easy. I'm going to now scroll down, and you'll see that we've got 30 USDC. Exactly what I was talking about, guys, and this is why I love this platform so much. If, of course, this was the route that you were looking for, I really hope it helped. Honestly, it doesn't cost much at all to bridge over to and from these networks, and you can replicate this across any network you wish. If, of course, you want to move over to the layer 1 of Avalanche or Polygon, or for example, I don't know, Gnosis or Mode, which is another layer 2, or Sonic, or whichever change you want, guys, look how many they have here for you guys to utilize. This is exactly why I love this platform. However, one last thing that I want to show you before we leave, guys, is the gas refueling section. So you can see here, what this is basically if you haven't got any network tokens, for example, on Say or Sui, and you wanted to get started without having to use a centralized exchange to buy tokens and then bridge them over there, all you would do is choose a network that you've already got tokens on. So for example, if I've got tokens on the Base network, and this time I wanted to use my ETH tokens on Base to refuel a network of which I haven't got tokens on. So if, for example, the Avalanche network, I didn't have any AVAX tokens because that is the gas token, I can refuel that network with AVAX tokens without having to swap, but just by selecting AVAX, choosing an amount that I want to refuel. So now all I'm going to do is say, for example, I did 0.0035, roughly $13.21. You're going to see that I will receive basically half an AVAX, of which is going to refuel my AVAX network. Absolutely incredible, meaning that we didn't need to do any bridging of which we needed to get any native tokens. A gas refueling website is the most convenient way to get started on a new network, in my personal opinion. That's why we've got this gas section here, and it is all powered by gas.zip. Well, that is their main aggregation. So guys, in the future, we'll be back with a gas.zip tutorial for those who want to utilize it. We've already got a gas.zip airdrop tutorial, so be sure to check that out, guys, because that's not one that you'd want to miss. However, we've shown you how to swap, we've shown you how to cross-chain swap, we've shown you how to bridge to and from a variety of different networks, and we've shown you even how to refuel a network that you haven't even got set up. Now friends, thank you so much for tuning in. If you found this video helpful, please don't forget to smash that like and subscribe button because it really shows support on our channel. Thank you for tuning in, and if you have any questions whatsoever, please let us know in the comment section down below. If you have any requests in terms of content, please let us know. And friends, thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll see you in the next video.